Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Or for a lot of my gays and theys, happy Hunger Games. My name is Jacob. Welcome back to Sunday Yap Session, the show where every Sunday I hop on here and yap at you all about something with some sort of cohesive through line to carry us all through, and sometimes we do better than others. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a like because it helps me out quite a bit. And if you want to come yap with me every single Sunday, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I upload at least once a week and sometimes more. Key lime pie, key lime LaCroix today. Y'all know the vibes. Let's get into today's video. But speaking of Thanksgiving and being thankful, you may have noticed across a couple of the last few videos that some of the graphics are different. Some of the stuff on my channel looks a lot different. I want to say a big thank you to my friend Keke Brado, who redid all of the stuff for my channel. He is an artist based out of Brazil who is super talented. I've commissioned him a couple times before, and I hit him up and I was like, hey, I want to rebrand my entire channel. I do not like how everything looks. Here is a huge Milanote board. What do you think? And he was so enthusiastic and so excited to get all this done and did all this fast too. Oh my gosh. So if you've been enjoying like the new channel banner, the new end screen graphic, the little chat bubbles I can make pop up with my little cute little character and stuff, he did all of that. So I'm going to link all of his stuff below. Be sure to please give him some support. Go follow his account. If you're interested in getting some art done, commission him. He is so good, so very talented, and such a sweet person. I am so very grateful for that. But yeah, since this is going to be uploaded around the time of the week of Thanksgiving, I just wanted to kind of talk about like Thanksgiving and just like the Thanksgiving season and how I feel all about that. Like I said at the beginning, I feel like depending on who you are and your family dynamics and the type of identities that you occupy, this might be a fun week for you. This might be a week that you are just trying to survive. I was kind of reflecting on my Thanksgiving feelings and stuff like that because I think this is one of the first years, if not the first year, I'm just fully not participating in any of it. And so I guess I want to talk a little bit about that today. I just like have never really been a huge like Thanksgiving fan in general. And a lot of these like family holidays where like the whole family comes together and stuff. I do love Thanksgiving food though. Fortunately this year, my boyfriend is planning on making me like Thanksgiving lunch. So I'm gonna get some good Thanksgiving food and I don't have to deal with the family drama and the nonsense. And like family drama aside, just like being bored too. I am one of like the few family members in my family, like my extended family, that is my age. So I think more than anything, a lot of times I just feel bored because it's like me, my brother, maybe one or two of my extended family members that are around the same age, but mostly it's like people much older than me and people much younger than me. So I feel like I'm usually just kind of bored anyway, like a lot of sitting and just wallflowering, listening to people talk and things like that, and not really like actively participating in a lot of the things that are going on. It's never been like something that I've been super excited with. And then I'm someone who is just like so different from so many of my family members that there is just like not a lot that we have in common and a lot of things that we are very opposed in. And I feel like Thanksgiving in general, like in pop culture and things like that, is just known for things of being like family fighting and things like that. Like every year on TikTok when Thanksgiving comes around, I see people being like, if you have family drama, like turn your TikTok on and take videos of it so we can see it. Some of y'all's families get nasty. Some of y'all be brawling and stuff like that. Fortunately, I don't have to really deal with a lot of that. I think the most that I've had to deal with that was like getting into one of my family members once about like Trump when he was like first president and he was like talking about building the wall and stuff. One of my family members asked if I had donated to build the wall. And I'm like, me? You think I'm putting money towards that? Like, no. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I'm a transracial adoptee, so all of them are white. So like, there's that whole dynamic too, to it. But yeah, like especially with that dynamic, especially being like queer as well, there's just like a weird kind of dynamic with a lot of these extended family things and just a lot of stuff that I'm not really interested in. Like I'm not interested in attending family dinners and asking if I have a girlfriend yet. I'm not interested in like doing this sort of like performative sort of thing. Because at least with me and like a lot of my extended family, like I don't even see a lot of them that often. So sometimes it feels very like weird and inorganic sometimes when we're having these like once or twice a year sort of meetings. Cause it's like, I never really see you anyway. Like I barely even know who you are, especially with like my like extended family. There's a lot of people in my family. There's a lot of divorces and remarriages and separations and stuff like that. So it is like a big collective of people and I never know like who's going to be at these things. But a lot of them, I'm like, I don't even talk to you more than like maybe once a year. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like I'm just like showing up and meeting strangers. A lot of times I'm just like I'm not too enthusiastic about it. And sometimes I feel bad because I think a lot of times I am the one that feels like that and everybody else kind of feels like very normal about these things. When I do show up, they're like, hey, like, oh my gosh, how have you been doing? Da 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 da. And I'm just like, hey.
Hey. How y'all doing?
A lot of this is just like, I feel like I value family very differently than a lot of people. And I think this is like a very queer experience, or just anyone who is like kind of like a marginalized person in your family. I think for me, there are so many of my friendships that feel so much stronger and so much more valuable than like my familial ties. And like there are family members who I love and I care about, like my mom in particular. I love her down, love my mom. Some of them it is like sort of like a negative thing. Like some of my family members, like, I'm not gonna get on here and spill my family's tea, but some of them are actually like unhinged and wild, and I just like do not like them. Some of them, like, it is like on site. Like some of my like strongest Thanksgiving memories in particular, I remember one where like one of my family members tried to beat me up during Thanksgiving over me volunteering to walk their family dog. Unwell people. But a lot of them it is just kind of like, I don't know you, I don't know what you be up to. You live a very, very different life than me, and like I don't feel like we need to like do this whole performative song and dance thing. But then I feel bad because I know I feel like I'm going to be disappointing my family when I don't participate in these things. So it's like I feel bad for like not wanting to participate for something that I don't even like, I'm not even that invested in. At least to me, it's not like making a huge difference if I'm gonna be there or not, because I don't really even like do anything. I just be sitting there just watching and listening. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know why I feel bad, because I'm kind of usually just there. It's like, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, no, I guess kind of like back to that tangent about like friendships feeling much stronger than like family relationships, and that being kind of like a queer experience. I think I have definitely kind of like built a like quote unquote chosen family that I feel so much more strongly attached to than a lot of my extended family members. And I would definitely be more interested in doing like Friendsgiving. Unfortunately, a lot of my friends live like a good bit of ways from me, so that's just like not something I'm really able to put together. But like hopefully in like the somewhat near future, I'll be able to do more things like that, because like I said, I do like, you know, hanging out, being social. I love, you know, expressing my thankfulness and expressing my gratitude, even if like with some of these family things it does feel a bit corny and a bit forced. Like I do think it is like valuable to reflect on like what you're thankful for and reflect on like what's going good in your life, especially in times like right now where it's just things are wild and like maybe not the most positive things going on. So I think it's like a good time to reflect on things like that. I think for me too, and like my family dynamic, pretty much all of them are like evangelical Christians of some sort. So like the thankfulness somehow gets like sprinkled in with like being thankful for God and thankful for da 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 da. And I'm just like, I'm not into any of that either. Like maybe one day we'll get on here and I'll talk about kind of like my thoughts on like religion and my like ex-evangelical journey. I think a lot of times like the conversations I hear like my family around like thankfulness ends up leading to like thankful for the things God gave me, da 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 da. I don't know, at least for me, I feel like sometimes a lot of that talk kind of takes like the personal agency out of things. So sometimes when I hear like thankfulness expressed, like, oh, I'm thankful for my house and I'm thankful for my job and my family, da 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 da. A lot of the things I'm thankful for, like the connections I've made, the skills I've had, the like achievements I've made, I feel thankful for myself being able to do that. I don't feel like the things that I've done, the things that I've achieved have been like given to me by some higher power or whatever. I'm thankful for my perseverance and resilience and being able to like achieve a lot of these things. And so I think like those kind of conversations like weird me out a little bit. I'm just like, I don't know. Sometimes we just be doing good things. Like sometimes it's not just like this cosmic sort of things happening and things being, I don't know. Like, I don't know about all that. But yeah, and I think too, I want to express like if you are someone who's in the same boat, who just like either because of like your family actually being super hostile and you just like not wanting to deal with that anymore, or like if it's just kind of like more what I'm expressing, like I'm just like not interested in being a part of it and like I'm good on showing up to the things. I don't think that you should necessarily feel bad for doing that. I would rather just like actively participate and show up when I want to and be engaged and be actively present, rather than what I feel a lot of times is like a sort of obligatory need to show up to these sort of things, whether you want to or not. I don't know. I think it's like the forced sort of nature that kind of bothers me the most. In the times where I have expressed sort of those things, I feel like I am kind of looked at as like weird, or like, oh, well, like it's your family and like you have to show up for your family. I'm like, I mean, says who? Says who? Like I'm always gonna like, you know, show up for my family members when they need anything. Like even some of the family members I don't really particularly cared for, if they like hit me up and were like, hey, I need help, I am struggling or something, I need XYZ, like I'm always gonna show up for them. So it's not like I'm like, I don't want anything to do with my family or things like that. But it's like I am not really too enthused or excited about showing up to a lot of these things. I don't think it's that weird to say like, hey, I'm good on it. I'm like, I don't know. And all that aside too, especially with like the COVID stuff, and like I know I'm always bringing up the COVID stuff. I'm just like not interested in either. I know that a lot of the people in my extended family and stuff have like no COVID precautions. And especially for something I don't even want to do in the first place, I'm not gonna put myself at that risk just to like sit and like listen to conversations that I don't really want to be a part of, things that are going on in my life that you're not gonna remember in like 10 minutes or whatever. Especially too with like an election year, like I just don't want to deal with all of that because I know a lot of my family is like very, very conservative. Don't really care to engage with that this year. I'm just like, I'm good on it. I'm good on it. I've done what I needed to do. So I'm gonna be looking forward to mostly staying home for like Thanksgiving and kind of just doing my own little things, hanging out with my friends online and stuff like that. Hanging out with my boyfriend and doing little Thanksgiving with him. I'm also hopefully going to be doing a whole lot of video editing. I've talked about that Chicago vlog and all of the stuff I shot. A lot of it, I just like have not had the chance to touch it all. So I'm gonna try to get all of those videos done. Fingers crossed if I actually do that. I'm not gonna make any promises that those will be done, but I'm hoping that I'm able to use the Thanksgiving time and do that. And like, that's kind of, I would rather be doing that. I would rather be, you know, spending time doing things that make me happy, make me fulfilled, make me feel very thankful. Because I am so thankful for this platform. I'm so thankful that I have the time and the resources and the energy and just all of the things I need to get on here and make content every week and do all of my like social media and stuff. Like being able to connect with y'all and like engage with y'all in the comments and just express myself and invest in something that is like fully me and fully authentic to all of that is very, very valuable to me. So like that's how I would like to be spending my Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna be sat in that chair back there for probably like 8 hours a day, editing and editing, editing. I'm gonna try to be working and be very diligent on getting all of that done. But yeah, I hope you all have a nice, or if not nice, a tolerable Thanksgiving season. Let me know below like what your thoughts about the Thanksgiving season are. Are you someone who's really excited for it? Are you someone who's dreading it? Are you someone who's more like me and is just kind of like, oh, girl, I don't really care about this all that much. I would love to know below. Definitely don't shy away from like kind of creating your own little Thanksgiving tradition. Like I mentioned, I think Friendsgiving is so cool. I think that is so much more interesting and appealing to me. Just like hosting and like making meals, spending time with people that I'm actually like truly invested in and spend the most time with. That sounds like it would be a lot of fun. So that'll probably be something I do in the future. Let me know about your Thanksgiving thoughts below, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully if you are someone who is like not really feeling like the Thanksgiving vibes, hopefully this was like somewhat relatable or like some sort of validation that like you are not obligated to do anything you don't want to do, really. Like, I mean, there are things that like sometimes we're just gonna have to like bite the bullet and do things you don't want to do. But stuff like this, like, I think if you step out on one Thanksgiving, I think things will be fine. I do not think the world is gonna end. And if that's what you need to protect your peace, or just like focus on things that you're more interested in, or just like feel more safe and comfortable and, you know, use that time for investing in communities or friendships or Thanksgivings or things like that, or just anything that makes you kind of be able to get through this holiday season, I endorse it and I hope it goes well. So that's pretty much the video today. I wanted to keep it a short one. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. That helps me out quite a bit. And if you want to come yap with me every single Sunday, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I upload every week. Happy Thanksgiving season. I will see you all next week. Bye.